Good morning, student. So far in this chapter, we have learned what is the principle of operation of a transformer, equivalent circuit of a transformer, what happened to the equivalent circuit when it is referred to the primary, when the same is referred to the secondary. Then we have seen the different phasor diagrams in no load condition, then loaded condition. All these things we have seen so far. Now, today in this lecture, we will be looking at the losses occurring in a transformer. So, the major losses that occurring in a transformer under loaded condition are copper loss, iron loss, stray load loss, and the dielectric loss. So, these are the losses which you have learned in your previous classes of DC machine and all. So, the losses are same here, but the principle of operation of the transformer is different from that of the principle of operation of a DC machine. So then the occurrence of losses also there will be some differences will be there. So we know that the copper losses, they occur in the transformer winding. We know that copper loss, it is current square into that resistance. So winding resistance into the current passing through that will be the copper losses. So they occurs in the transformer winding. Then iron losses means they are actually occurs in the transformer core. So which are the two types of iron losses? Hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. The same which you have learned before also. So it occurs in the transformer core because we have the transformer core like this. Your previous classes you have seen how a transformer core looks like. There will be a transformer core will be there, and then the winding will be mounted on that. So in a transformer core there is hysteresis loss and eddy current losses. So to summarize, and also we have the stray load loss and dielectric loss. Stray load loss means it will be in the windings or in the iron parts, and dielectric losses, it actually occurs in the insulation material and all. And these two, the stray load loss and dielectric losses, are considered the minor losses, and they are often neglected. But the major losses, the copper loss and iron loss. So take the key point from here. The copper loss and the iron loss are the major losses in a transformer. And iron loss, it means a core loss. It has two types: hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. Okay. Then in a transformer, we know that there will be a primary and secondary. So the total copper loss will be I1 square R1 plus I2 square R2. And if it is referred to the primary, then referring to the primary means there is no secondary side. There we introduce one term called R1E, or it is also called RO1. Same. So referring to the primary, it will be I1 square RO1, which is equal to I2 square RO2. And you know what is RO1 when referred to the primary, how this N1 by N2, everything explained in the previous class. If anybody is there who hasn't watched the previous class video, do watch that. Now, we can see that we already know that the copper loss is actually proportional to the current square. So, when referred to the primary side, we can see that copper loss is proportional to the square of the current. And we also know that the copper loss is a variable loss. So, we have seen that copper loss at X of full load. X of full load means 1/2 of full load or 3/4 of full load. So this is very important in terms of your laboratory experiments, and in your university exams or even in competitive exams, you will get questions based on this. That find the full load, find the efficiency at full load efficiency you have this much percentage. Then find the efficiency at 3/4 of the load, like that. So copper loss at X of full load will be X square into full load copper loss, because the current is getting squared here. So the full load copper loss also will be square times. That's the idea. So per unit means like you just listen. Per unit means usually the transformer, all other machines are there. Sometimes they are mentioned in the kVA rating or kW rating. So all these ratings are actually very big values, 1000 kVA, 500 kVA. So that makes the calculation very complex. So in order to avoid that, we use another system, what we call the per unit system. So it will be the actual value. So if in a particular system we have generator, motor, transformer, everything, so they will be having different kVA rating and different voltage rating also. So then we take one value as the base value. Maybe take it like you take 100 kVA as the base value, and then we have the actual value. That is, actual value means 500 kVA. So the per unit value will be actual value by base value, which will be very small value, like 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, some value will be. That makes the calculation very easily. So per unit full load copper loss is equal to full load copper loss by kVA rating of the transformer. That is, we are making it into kVA. So full load copper loss is I1 square R01. R01 because it is referred to the primary by E1 I1. That is, the E1 I1 is the base kVA. That is what I just explained. So actual value by base kVA will give you the full load copper loss in per unit. Okay. So if kVA rating of the transformer is taken as base kVA, then E1 I1 is equal to constant. So transformer, if you are taking it as base kVA, then E1 I1 will be constant. E1 means the EMF induced in the primary, and I1 is the current flowing through the primary winding. So therefore, per unit full load copper loss is proportional to I1 square, and per unit copper loss at X of full load is equal to X square into per unit full load copper loss. Same concept, because there is a squaring factor, so the load will be also that square times. That's it. And one important conclusion that we come from here is per unit resistance drop or per unit resistance will be, so here we can calculate it like I1 R01 by E1 into I1 by I1. So I1 square multiplying, so numerator and denominator we multiply with I1, so it will be I1 square R01 by E1 I1, which is equal to per unit full load copper loss. So this can be, you can guess this in your quiz or multiple choice questions, objective exams you can get. Per unit full load copper loss is equal to per unit resistance. Okay, good. No, so now we are done with copper loss. So you got an idea. It will be square times the current, and as such ideas you have. Now we will see iron loss, and you already know from your DC machines that iron loss is a constant loss. So iron loss are assumed as constant losses because the core flux is practically independent of load, right? Because eddy current loss and hysteresis loss, because they all depend upon the core, and the flux is always constant in a. So the flux involved in the primary as well as secondary is the same only, and that's why we say transformer is a constant flux device. So the losses are also constant because the core flux is practically independent of load. And we can write efficiency is equal to output power by input power. So we know that input can be written in terms of output, like output plus losses will give you the input. So input minus losses is the output, right? So efficiency is output by input is equal to output by output plus losses. So output we know V2 I2 cos phi 2, and output plus losses will be V2 I2 cos phi 2 plus iron loss plus the copper loss. Copper loss is the primary as well as secondary. So in terms, when we consider iron loss, there is nothing like primary, secondary. Everywhere it's just one core, and there is no primary core, secondary core like that. It's just one core common, and the flux is same. So the iron loss will also be same, right? And copper loss will be primary loss and secondary loss will be there. And if you refer to the primary, we take it as RO1, already explained. So just like I told you, Wi is the iron loss or the constant loss. Now, very careful. Now we are going to define the condition for maximum efficiency. So output power is equal to V2 I2 cos phi 2. You know that. So if RO2, now we are playing on the secondary side. If RO2 is the total resistance of the transformer referred to the secondary side, then copper loss is equal to I2 square R02 watt. Understood? And iron loss is Wi into what? So we know that copper loss, that is power. Power is equal to I square R. So now we are playing in the secondary side because I decided. So let's find it refer to secondary. So I2 square R02 watts and iron loss will be Wi watts. So efficiency is output by output plus losses, that is V2 I2 cos phi 2 by V2 I2 cos phi 2 plus Wi plus I2 square R02. Right? Now, just like we did in DC machine, here also we are going to take the derivative. So di, before taking the derivative, you should know that for a load of given power factor, efficiency depends upon the load current I2. Right? So given power factor means the power factor is constant, then therefore efficiency will be maximum when denominator is minimum. That is when this term is minimum. So we will be doing the derivative of di by di2 of the denominator is equal, because this constant means derivative of a constant is 0. So di by di2 of this term will become taken as 0. We already know that V2 cos phi 2 is a constant, because for a given power factor, the output voltage it depends upon the load only. So it's constant. So taking the derivative, so derivative 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. So we will get it like Wi is equal to I2 square R02. What it is? Iron loss is equal to copper loss. That's what we are getting here. Variable loss is equal to constant loss. So iron loss is equal to, always remember it's equal to full load copper loss only. Okay. Now let's see what is the output kVA corresponding to maximum efficiency. So WC is the copper loss at full load kVA and Wi is the iron loss. Why we always say full load kVA? Because 3 by 4th of the A means it will be 3 by 4 square. That square time will come. So now here it is WC, that is copper load at full load. And Wi is the iron loss and X is the fraction of full load kVA. I said 3 by 4, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, whatever it is. So X is the fraction of full load kVA at which efficiency is maximum. Total copper loss WC is equal to X square into WC, which is equal to Wi for maximum efficiency, right? So total copper loss WC is equal to X square of WC. Already I told you, X square of WC, but in the case of maximum efficiency, that is equal to iron loss. Copper loss is equal to iron loss, right? So that X factor will be root of Wi by WC, that is equal to root of iron loss by full load copper loss. Remember, all these key points, all these derivations, all these findings are very important. They can come in the university exam directly as well as in terms of problems. Therefore, output kVA corresponding to maximum efficiency is X into full load kVA. That is full load kVA into root of X is root of iron loss by full load copper loss. That's it. We derived it. Now another concept is the all-day efficiency. So we know that there are different types of transformers. Instrument transformers we have, then we have distribution transformers, then we have power transformers, everything. So all-day efficiency is particularly in case of distribution transformers. So we know that for distribution transformers, constant loss occur during the 24 hours of the day. But we know that copper loss occurs only when the transformer is loaded and depends upon the load condition. So we know that the 24 hours we don't have the loss, we don't have it loaded. But copper loss, since it is depending upon the iron, the constant loss, the iron loss, since it's depending upon the core and it does not have anything to do with the load or anything, copper loss will iron loss, that is the constant loss, will always be there 24 hours. But the copper loss occurs only when the transformer is loaded, that is during peak time, daytime, and depends upon the load condition. So efficiency of such transformers should be calculated on energy basis and not on the basis of output by input. The earlier way, it's not on the way. So they can operate on a varying load during 20, because they operate on a varying load during the 24 hours period. You see, because constant loss will be there all the time, but copper loss is not there all the time. So we cannot take it that way. So we calculate efficiency on the basis of energy. So all-day efficiency will be equal to output in kilowatt by input in kilowatt, and that too for the 24 hours. So we can, that's for all-day efficiency, 24 hours day efficiency. That's it. So far we have seen the different types of losses. What are the constant losses? What are the variable losses? What are the major losses? What are the minor losses? and then their equations, their maximum efficiency, how a variable loss become equal to iron loss, and then finally what is the all day efficiency of a transformer. Thank you.